An idle mind is the devil's playground, they say. How does this line resonate within? For me, I overthink. And my thoughts then turn into one of my worst enemies. I'm telling y'all, ruminating thoughts be having me in a chokehold. Okay? Questioning everything going in, everything going out. So, I've been trying to switch things up mentally. Mostly because that's where it all starts. The mind. The win within is not without works. Just Forget About It, episode 30. This is 30, y'all. So instead of allowing my ruminations to drive me to any kind of unwarranted feelings, actions, or words, or sometimes even behaviors, I attempt to allow myself first understanding that these kind of mental to emotion to feelings to reactions will happen. It's just going to happen, and they're going to be reoccurring. My job is to find ways to allow that to be a reality that won't hinder me, because it's going to happen, at least in our minds first, meaning we're going to be thinking about things that may make us feel less than, or may not make us feel like our highest selves all the time. We're not going to always be able to be high and mighty. But the win within is about controlling how we allow our minds to take over the things that we project in the outward world. So, as I was saying, for me, the ruminations start, and then I may even get paralysis, where I'm like stuck. I want to just lay under my covers for the day, procrastinating, even irate behaviors, all of that stuff, frustrations. We talking about negative distractions, you going outside and having one with your friend instead of doing what you need to be doing, all of that stuff. And when this happens, I try to apply what I'm doing with where I want to be, the goal I'm setting for my life. How close are the things that I'm doing bringing me to that goal? Or are they doing the opposite? Now, like I said, it happens. We're not here to guilt trip. What I'm trying to do is go through ways and explain to you guys provoking thought, because this is Just Forget About It, the irony, right? For us to work through ways to be productive when it comes to our hopes, our wishes, and our dreams. So when I have these questions in my head and they are opposite of what I'm trying to do, I then put a self-limit on those activities and or that behavior that's taking me further away from my goal in life. And I feel like a lot of us, once we get into that stride, we go on that road, we go left. It's like, fuck it, I'm already there now, so look, we should just go. I think the win within consists of having to have these uncomfortable conversations with our brains. If you can't or don't realize this, it will only end in us hurting ourselves. And I mean that, y'all. I'm not trying to be preachy. I mean in every sense of the word, of being able to have a strong mind, strong will. We have to dig deeper. It may start by paying attention to what we're unconsciously allowing our brains to do, within these times and within this moment where you have already taken, action somewhere else, but you want to be doing something else. You thinking about something else that you should be doing, some type of goal, right? Follow me. How much of this is a standing boundary or a mere projection? Meaning, when we have these moments, oftentimes we take a stand and it's like, I'm already doing it, so fuck it, I'm going to finish. And in a sense, it's like, I'm doing what makes me happy. I know I've put myself into that labyrinth in mental entrapment, instead of going for my win within, because it seemed, boring, or it seemed like I could be doing other stuff. There's a distraction right in front of you, right? So it's always nice to remember that it starts in the mind first. And with it starting in the mind first, you always have the ability and the power to turn things around to whatever you see fit. You don't have to keep going in a direction that is opposite of what you want for yourself. Even if you found yourself distracted, even if you found yourself given into the temptation, once you realize it, it is our job to bring ourselves back. I would say a lot of us, our knee-jerk, or our impulsive or self-declaring behavior is usually from buried wounds. So those moments of having these self-declared liberations when we should be having self-declared sacrifices towards our dreams and our goals, it is within that heaviness that I want to share with you guys. There is hope. And the hope is actually quite simple. And that hope is asking for help. Asking for help. I know. You guys are like, what? What the is she talking about? I ask for help all the time and I'm still struggling. I still, have ruminations. I still have issues with not always feeling my best. I don't always want to feel motivated. I don't always want to be happy. I don't always want to hear this hunky-dory bullshit. I get that. The question is, what and who are you asking for help? Regardless of who it is, oftentimes we have expectations attached when doing so. And I'm sorry to say, but this isn't the true meaning of asking for help. Asking for help, regardless of whom it is, requires a certain level of vulnerability that in turn coincides with openness without expectations. This openness can come in a form of something as simple as being honest enough with yourself to simply say, I'm having a fucked up day and my mood is not in the right place. Please help me. Help me see things from the right perspective. And boom, the universe begins showing you things that will help lighten you up. That baby with the nanny that smiles at you, that for a millimeter of a second warms your heart, isn't to be chalked up as a mere coincidence. It is a spirit of innocence to remind us to be gentle with ourselves. Or maybe you see an online article that was published on your birthday, a token from the heavens to remind us that in whatever subsidiary we live in, whatever universe our world exists in, we matter. For some, this may be too whimsical. It's like she went all over the place. What is she talking about? But these are within, it is within these things that our exact wins, miracles, and our blessings lie. I'm telling you guys. I prefer blissful delusion to persistent pessimism any day anyway. I had a line that was like a little jab, but it's just not even my flavor, y'all. I hope this episode seems cohesive. I feel like I was kind of all over the place, but with all the things that I've mentioned, evaluating our behaviors, going within when we're not feeling our best, or at the very base level, admitting I'm on some today and I need some help not being that way. I truly believe that is how we earn our win within. And that win within will then manifest in our outside world. And I hope you win whatever battle or war that you're fighting within. Until next time, JFAT